The maritime industry is evolving, but are we evolving with it? Despite decades of progress, women still face significant barriers to full participation, especially in leadership and seafaring roles. In this paper, we explore how progressive policies, digital tools, and online education can unlock new opportunities for women in maritime. But more importantly, we look at what's missing, what's working, and what still needs to change. When we refer to shipping or the maritime industry, we are talking about the entire global system that moves around 90% of world trade. It is much more than ships, it is a vast international ecosystem. At sea, we have the traditional seafaring workforce of around 1.9 million people worldwide. This includes deck and engineering officers, ratings, and more specialized roles like electro-technical officers. But an equally large and important part of the industry works ashore. These are practitioners in ship management companies, operations teams, technical departments, crewing managers, safety and quality specialists. In ports and terminals, we have pilots, stevedores, vessel traffic service officers, inspectors, and port state control authorities. The industry also relies heavily on maritime services, shipbrokers, charterers, freight forwarders, P&I clubs, surveyors, and maritime lawyers. And with digitalization, we now see new categories of roles such as maritime data analysts, cybersecurity specialists, AI and automation developers, and sustainability professionals focused on green shipping and decarbonization. So shipping is a complex, multidimensional workforce combining sea-based and shore-based expertise, working together to keep global trade moving. Gender equality in maritime, where are we? Despite some progress, gender inequality in maritime remains a critical issue. Women represent just 29% of the workforce and only 2% in seafaring roles. Our research highlights three main challenges: lack of effective policy enforcement, unequal access to digital tools, and workplace cultures that resist change. Yes, shipping remains a heavily male-dominated industry, though there are ongoing efforts to improve gender balance. The statistics paint a clear picture: women represent only 1.2–2% of the global seafarer workforce, which means that approximately 24,000 women seafarers work within a total global workforce of 1.89 million. The gender imbalance varies by role. Shore-based positions show better representation, with women making up 34% of the shore-based workforce in ship-owning companies. Women account for 29% of the overall workforce across the general maritime industry. Women occupy only 5% of maritime leadership role. The global economy's reliance on sustainable seaborne trade necessitates the integration of gender equality and innovation to unlock its full potential. This paper is about the relationship between the implementation of progressive policies, digitalization, and online education, and the advancement of gender equality in the maritime industry. Digitalization and online education are powerful tools for progress. They offer flexibility, remote work opportunities, and targeted maritime training. However, barriers like poor connectivity, family obligations, and tech-resistant environments still limit their potential, especially for women at sea. This study used a qualitative approach to deeply explore gender equality challenges and progress in the maritime industry. While quantitative data can give us trends, qualitative responses allow participants to share nuanced experiences. Most questions were closed-ended, which enabled structured analysis, but we included one open-ended question to capture personal insights that statistics alone might miss. This approach helps us understand not just numbers, but the lived experiences and perceptions of maritime professionals. We are also aware that qualitative data can be subjective. The questionnaire was carefully structured to address the study's core objectives: understanding how policies, digitalization, and online education impact women's careers in shipping, as well as their ability to balance work and personal life. It consists of 6 sections, covering everything from basic demographics to future perspectives on gender equality. By distributing the questionnaire online, we were able to reach a diverse group of participants, seafarers, executives, policymakers, trainers, and women's advocacy groups. This ensured broad insights from multiple perspectives across the maritime sector. Responses analyzed using thematic analysis, recurring patterns, sentiments, and themes identified. Major themes: structural barriers, workplace culture, policy recommendations, personal experiences. Participants included seafarers, executives, industry stakeholders, and maritime educators. Ensured diversity across roles, sectors, and geographical locations. The 3 main challenges highlighted are: lack of effective policy enforcement, unequal access to digital tools, and workplace cultures that resist change. Research shows that policies, digitalization, and online education do influence gender equality in maritime, but their impact depends heavily on enforcement, accessibility, and how well they are integrated. The literature demonstrates 2 sides: when these tools operate alone, the impact is limited. But when combined strategically, they significantly increase opportunities for women. We still see important research gaps, especially in understanding long-term digitalization effects, regional disparities, and how technology, policy, and education intersect. These gaps justify the need for new, industry-specific frameworks. Respondents identified several barriers: unequal pay, maternity and flexible work limitations, safety concerns, and the lack of women in leadership roles. Digitalization brings strong opportunities: remote collaboration, flexible work, and new tech-driven career paths. But we still see cultural resistance and limited internet access at sea. Online education is particularly impactful because it offers flexible, specialized training. But financial constraints and difficulty balancing work, family, and study remain major challenges. The main conclusion is clear: progress is being made, but substantial barriers remain. To accelerate gender equality, we need the combined effect of progressive policies, digital transformation, and accessible online education. Key recommendations include strengthening inclusive policies, increasing leadership opportunities, investing in digital and AI-driven tools that reduce bias, and expanding flexible, affordable online learning. Achieving sustainable gender equality will require a coordinated, industry-wide commitment. Solutions do exist. Policies, supporting maternity leave, leadership development, and harassment prevention, are key. Emerging roles in green shipping and AI open doors for women, but without integration and consistent implementation, we risk leaving many behind. A truly inclusive maritime future requires bold, collective action. Progressive policies, digital tools, and accessible education are not optional, they are essential for gender equality in maritime. Thank you.